A newly created company will have two tally default ledgers. They can be altered but cannot be deleted. The ledger cash, which can be used for petty cash or office cash account. The ledger profit and loss account, which is used for carrying forward the net profit or loss and for making year-end adjustments.
Creating ledgers. Create a new ledger by pressing C or by double-clicking on Create and select Ledger. Press the button F12 and set the option Show More Configurations to Yes. You may now enable the following options. Provide description for ledgers allows you to preset description used in printed invoices. Provide notes for ledgers allows you to save useful remarks regarding the ledger for future reference. Maintain balances bill by bill to allow sales and purchase invoices to be adjusted against receipts and payments and to get receivables and payable aging reports. Use inventory allocations for ledgers to allocate inventory amounts to accounting ledgers in transactions. Apply cost centers for ledgers to apply income and expenses, also assets and liabilities if needed, to cost or profit centers. Provide opening balances for ledgers to allow users to enter opening balances at the beginning of the company. Provide mailing details and provide contact details for customer, supplier, and bank ledgers. Provide bank details for supplier and expense ledgers for making payments. Provide bank account details for bank ledgers to update the bank account details for bank ledgers. You may enable or disable other options later, as needed. Use the keys Control Under to accept the changes. Let us create a new bank ledger. Enter the ledger name. You may use the alias for accounting code if needed. Classify the new ledger under the group bank accounts by typing the first few letters and then use your mouse or up or down arrow keys to select. Enter the bank account details needed, such as the account number, bank code and branch name. Select the bank name from the list. You may maintain checkbooks using the option Set Alter Checkbooks. Enter the from check number and the number of checks. Give an arbitrary name for the checkbook. You may maintain any number of checkbooks for each bank. You may print your checks using the option Enable Check Printing and by adjusting the printing dimensions using Set Alter Check Printing configuration. Use the button Copy From and select Sample Format. Disable the print company name on check and blank out the salutations. You may preview the check printout using the button Preview. Press Escape key to come back to the ledger creation. To enable quick bank reconciliation, use the option Enable Auto Reconciliation, which will allow you to match the downloaded bank statement automatically with your entries. If needed, you may specify the different folders to separate new statement from the imported statements. You may enter the bank address and contact details if required. Enter the opening balance carried forward. Notice that the total opening balance shows the difference in credit and debit amounts, and once you have finished entering all the opening balances, it should be 0. Accept to save and create the new bank ledger. Let us now create a supplier ledger. Enter the name of the supplier's company and select the group as under Trade Creditors Local. Make sure that the Maintain Balances bill by bill is enabled so that invoices received can be knocked off. You may use the default credit period for faster entry of purchase invoices. Enter the address and contact details. Use the Set Alter Multiple Mailing Details to update the contact details for multiple locations of the supplier. You may add the bank account details of the supplier for making payments quickly. Use F12 and set the options Show Favoring Name and allow multiple beneficiary details to Yes. The ref ID can be the short form of the bank used by the supplier. Select the preferred transaction type and enter the supplier's account number and the bank name. Enter the opening balance carried forward and provide the breakup of the invoices. Please note that the dates of these invoices must be from the previous period. Accept to save and create the new supplier ledger. You may use the same steps to create customer ledgers under Trade Debtors Group. Similarly, you may create ledgers for sales, purchases and expenses. You may use the option Inventory Values Are Affected, which allows users to allocate inventory to the sales and purchase ledgers during entry of transactions. You may apply this option to other ledgers if necessary to increase or decrease the inventory values. You may use the option Cost Centers Are Applicable, which allows users to apply cost centers to the revenue ledgers such as sales and expenses, and optionally to purchase ledgers which may or may not have the cost center applicable. In the same way, you may apply the cost centers to non-revenue items like assets and liabilities too if needed. If your books are starting from the beginning of your financial year, the revenue ledgers will not have any opening balances and hence can be skipped. Accept to save and create the new sales ledger. Use the same steps to create purchase and other expense ledgers. While creating the ledgers, you may also create new subgroups and classify them. Say, you want to classify your new traveling expenses ledger under a new group called Marketing Expenses. Use the Create option and create it on the fly and come back to continue finishing the ledger creation. Altering ledgers. You may alter any ledger by pressing A or by selecting on Alter from the menu gateway of Tally. Select Ledger and select the name of the ledger to alter it. You may add any information of a ledger such as the opening balances for cash and profit and loss account. Anytime you do not want to save the changes you made, simply press Escape or Ctrl and Q to quit from the screen without saving. Deleting ledgers. When altering a ledger, use Alternate and D and select Yes or type Y to delete. Warning: once deleted, the ledger or its contents cannot be recovered. Note that Tally will not allow you to delete ledgers with transactions. Creating or altering multiple ledgers. If you want a quick and a fast way to create ledgers, you may use the Chart of Accounts by pressing H or by double-clicking on Chart of Accounts on the menu gateway of Tally. Select Ledgers and press Enter. Use Alt and H or click the button Multi-Masters and select Multi-Alter. Select any group under which you want to create or alter the ledgers. To add a new ledger, scroll down and enter the new ledger name and select the group required. If you need to change any of the additional properties of the ledger, use the More Details button and set the property values. Once you are done adding all the ledgers, accept to save the new ledgers. Verifying ledgers. You can verify the ledgers using the Chart of Accounts report, which shows the list of ledgers created and classified under the respective groups. If you need to make any changes, you may select the group or ledger by pressing Enter. To view the ledger balances, press the button F5, Ledger View or Ctrl and H Change View and then select Ledger View button. Please note that the balances are shown only for ledgers. You can view the group and ledger balances using the Trial Balance report. From the Gateway of Tally menu, click on Display More Reports, and select Trial Balance. Note, if the total of debit amounts does not equal the total of the credit amounts, a line difference in opening balances is shown automatically. To view the detailed report, use F12 Configure and set the options Format of Report as Detailed and expand all levels in Detailed Format to Yes. To get the details of a group, highlight the group and press Shift and Enter or right-click on it. You may print the report using the top menu button Print and select Current. Use the button Preview to view the report before printing. To choose the printer that you want, click on the button Printer and select the required printed. On selecting a printer, the Windows Printer Properties is displayed, where you may select the page orientation as well as the paper size required.